Welcome back, you guys, to Let Your Voice Be Heard, Danielle's podcast. And today we have a very exciting guest that goes by the name of Trent Dupri. He is an independent rapper from the Los Angeles area that picked up music at the age of 6 and discovered at the same time that he was a writer and he went into the marketing side of the music industry. Today, we're going to sit back and we're going to talk to Trent about many challenges that he has as being an independent artist, as well as projects that he's working on and things that are to come. So, I want to take the time out to welcome Trent Dupri to Let Your Voice Be Heard, Danielle's podcast. And today, we're going to hear his voice. Bam.
You already know what it is, man. It's your boy Trent Dupri in the building, man. Thank you, Danielle, for having me on your podcast. I appreciate it.
Yes. Where can they find you at in some of your music?
They can find me on Trent_Dupri at Instagram, Trent Dupri on Facebook, Trent Dupri88 on Twitter, and everything else Trent Dupri. And you can find my music on Spotify, Tidal, Amazon Music, Apple Music, all the streaming services. However you listen to your music, I'm there.
Yes. And y'all know it's easy nowadays. You don't got to go into no stores or nothing. You can put it on your playlist. You could just hit one little button online and it's yours.
Right, exactly.
I want Trent to take me on his journey, and we're going to start from the beginning. So, at the age of 6 is where you kind of found your talent and you discovered that you wanted to go in the music industry and you figured it out. Rapping was kind of your direction. Was there any inspiration? Did anybody inspire you, or was it just something that you knew that you wanted to do?
From listening to music and watching the music videos. At a young age, they used to have this program, called The Box, where you used to watch the videos on there, and you could pay and request your videos, whatever you wanted to see at the time, So I got my influence from a lot of, NWA, Dr. Dre, Ice Cube, a lot of videos I seen on there, and I was like, oh yeah, that's what I want to do. Like, that looked fun. You get to make music and put together like a little movie. You know what I'm saying? So to me, earlier there was movies when I was little. Like, oh, this got a movie with the song. So yeah,
Oh
that's
my
why I
gosh.
pretty much picked it up.
I'm trying to picture a 6-year-old, like, were you always going around the house, like, busting out lyrics, or were you just freestyling your own lyrics?
Busting out lyrics for the song, I used to get in trouble with my grandma sometimes. Saying too much crazy stuff, but
Uh-oh.
I was a kid, so she couldn't get on me that much.
When did you finally pick up that you was in love with writing music? What age was that?
Um, I have to say like 9, 10. I
Mm.
started putting stuff together, listening to other artists and listening to instrumentals when I first got into instrumentals. And I was like, okay, let me try to put something, together with this. Let me try to do my own little rap, and see how it turned out. And first time it was pretty good, so I kept on going and going at it. And pretty soon, it just became a thing I like to do.
When you write, do you write to the feel of the beat, or do you just write lyrics and then figure the beat out later? Or, like, what's your style? Like, what gets you going?
Uh, I would say, well, it's weird. A lot of people don't do this, but I'm one of the few people that can write lyrics with no beat and then find a song and put it to the beat
Mm.
and make it fit. Yeah, plug it in with the beat. So yeah, that's how I usually do. Like usually I just have a book or something and I just write like with no music, no nothing, because I always come up with ideas. I always got ideas, so either writing them down on paper or on my phone and my notes.
Do you ever just be laying down and then something hits you and you just wake up and start writing it down?
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, all kind of times of the day.
Mm.
I could be dead in the middle of eating dinner and be like, oh, let me grab my phone. Let me put this down in there before I forget it. It could
Okay.
be a line, it could be a hook, it could be a punchline that I remember, whatever it comes to mind, I'll write it down so I can
Mm.
have it, and then we'll just go from there.
Right. Did you experience like major challenges in like growing up from like a teen to an adult and your creativity style? What are some of those challenges if you had any?
Trying to make myself different from the people that I listen to.
Mm.
Yeah. When I first started, that was a challenge. So I had to like kind of cool down on listening to them and just, find myself like being in the studio or just put a beat on, and try different things, new things. So I can come with trying to be my most authentic self.
Find that hard or did you just
Yeah,
find
well, yeah, it was, yeah, it was, because when you younger, you be like, oh, I want to be like Dr. Dre, or I want to be like Ice Cube, or I want to be like Mac 10, whatever, at West Coast. I'm saying West Coast rappers because I'm from
Mhm.
the West Coast. Whatever at the time, you just wanted to be like them. So when I started writing, I had to differentiate myself from their sound,
Mm.
come up with my own sound. So.
Did you like in high school were there like any parties or anything where they were like, Trent, we want you to come up and entertain or anything like that? Did you start doing that back then?
There was a couple dudes at my high school when I was in high school, early junior high, that used to freestyle, and we was watching battle rap, like on 106 in Park.
Hmm.
So we started doing that like at lunchtime and stuff like that. And then there was one party where I did my first song at, but that was like after high school, like when I really started taking it serious.
It's like in high school it was just like something that you knew you had a talent but you didn't really dig into
Yeah,
afterwards.
right. I really didn't know how to navigate, what to do with it.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
I got a question. How did your parents, like, you know how some parents they try to detour you and say it's just a hobby, but we need you to focus on this so that when you graduate you can go to college and stuff like that. Did they put that in your head or was it just something where it was just like you can do and be whatever you want to be in life?
Pretty much whatever I wanted to be. Pretty much. Of course, they want me to stay out of trouble. Yeah, pretty much wherever I wanted to be. Because half the time I lived with my parents, like from elementary school to mid junior high, first
Hmm.
year of junior high. Then after that, I lived with my grandma, and then kindergarten, preschool, and all that. I lived with my grandma. So I lived, half.
Hmm.
I was mainly with my grandma. So
Mm.
yeah.
Interesting. That's good because a lot of times a lot of us that have great talents, it's kind of put on hold because of our parents. And
Mhm.
like we can't do what we really want to do. And so it's like if we're made to go to school after we graduate, then it's just like we don't succeed in that or we don't do good because we really want to do what our talent really is. So that was like really great that you were able to go out there and pursue it. And that could be why you turned out to who you are today.
Yeah, I think so. I think that,
Hmm.
yeah, that got a lot to do with it for sure.
Hmm.
Not having too much restrictions
Hmm.
uh, on my own life, to where I could venture out, and try this, try that.
Did you always want to be an independent rapper, or did you want to sign with the label?
At first, I wanted to sign. That was before, I met my manager, Robin Lewis. Because I was looking at the labels like, dang, I want to be like Def Jam or Interscope, Capital, stuff like that, where all the big names is at. But then, Nipsey Hussle, further along, he was talking about, going independent, and it could be a good thing because you have your own creative, your creative path that you choose. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
You in control of what you want to do. How you want to make music, how you want your music to sound, how you want to look. Because a lot of labels is into putting you in this category that they think you want that they think you should be in. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? So going independent, you got a lot of freedom, and you see 100% of your your royalties, your money. Versus with a label, you got to split it, 50-50, or it could be a 360 deal, or it could be 70-30, where you have to recoup the money back that they give you. you
Mm,
know Independent, there is, a con to being independent. You have to put in, most of your money, but the
mhm,
good part is when it starts coming back, you get all your money back. So you just got to have the right knowledge in your corner, because like I said before, I met my manager Robin Lewis. I didn't really know too much, of what was going on in the rap industry, and I had a couple songs that was stolen. So
mm,
yeah, so that taught me a lot about copyright and just the business side, making sure your business is straight, because
mhm.
it's more business than making music than anything. So
Yeah,
yeah,
that is a big one, copyright, because they'll copyright you on anything. And then if it's not patent, then it's like you can't say it's yours, you know?
exactly, exactly. Beat you to the punch. They got the same idea you got, so when you
Right. And that's
get
the
it, you got
thing.
to be on top of your game.
That's the thing. I always tell people, if you want to do something, do it right away. Because if you tell yourself, I'm going to wait, 5 minutes later, you see it. And you're like, man, I thought about that. But you didn't do it.
Exactly.
Yep, you didn't do it. Yeah, so independent, you have the freedom. You can pretty much do your business the way you want to. You have more control. Do you find it very challenging, or has it gotten to be like you just know it now because you've done it for so long?
It's still challenging. There's always something to learn about. You never stop learning. It's always something that you pick up that you may learn from somebody else or just learn from trial and error. So yeah, it's always something, to be learned. It gets easier, but you always collect different types of knowledge along the way that could be useful. As far as making a song, it's gotten easier than when I first started, you know,
Right.
because there's, ways you can put together a song.
So
Yeah.
being an independent artist, how did you like build your contacts? Like how did you know like where to start? Like how to get it out there, how to get it so that everybody knows you, and then if they have something they can call you to be able to be an opener, or how did you build that? Was that hard?
Pretty much I went through my childhood, my best friend, my partner, Eddie Kingsbury. He the one who got me to do my first song at his house in his room. So from then on, he was like, "Oh yeah, you pretty good at it." So we put stuff together. We was going out on foot, handing out CDs, and I didn't know that he had a cousin that managed, which is my manager today.
Hmm.
And got with her, let her hear some of the music, and then everything else, along the way is what I picked up, like different relationships from different people, collabing, getting on different types of shows, media outlets. So that was all from my manager, because she already was doing it before I met her. So she had a pretty good pocket of people, what I'm saying, that helped. Yeah. So I pretty much got it from her. Shout out to my boy Big Ed that made it happen. So,
There's a lot of your supporters and fan base do you think are at? Do you think that they're in the United States, or do you think a lot of them are outside the country?
um, a lot of I would say it's 50-50. If you put your stuff in the right places, you could be where you want to be. Your music can get out, plenty
Right.
of places. You just you gotta know the best outlets to use, especially when you're independent, to get your music out there as far as you can get it.
So when is Trent Dupri going out of the country to perform?
So I plan on that soon.
Where's your
Um, you
dream
know,
country that you want to go to perform in?
I would say, like Paris.
Mm, they love
Yeah,
us out there.
Paris to like Tokyo. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah,
And then it'd be so amazing if you get out there and you perform and they know all your words better than you.
yeah. That would be crazy. I'm waiting for that day. Yeah,
Yeah.
that'll. I'll probably pause on stage for a minute.
What mistakes have you seen as an independent artist through the music? Like it can be some mistakes that you've made or that you've seen other independent artists make that was a lesson for you not to make.
Like I reiterated before, copywriting,
Mm-hmm.
having your paperwork together is a big mistake not to have when you're doing music, especially when you're doing music that you think can go somewhere. You know,
Right, right.
because there's a lot of people out here who may not have the talent that they got that could try to piggyback or try to use, what I'm saying, use your stuff, your intellectual property. So yeah,
Those are the big.
copywriting and collabing. I
Mm,
didn't really um, get realize how big that is until now. Because I
mm,
used to be like, I don't need to collab, do my songs by myself. Like, why I need to collab with this person? But not knowing when you collab with another person, with another artist, you can get their fan base. When they
mm-hmm.
collab with you get theirs. So it's a collective and they come together, And as
That
many
makes
people you do that with, is different crowds, different demographics that you could reach. So that's a
yeah,
big one too.
that makes
Not to
sense.
be selfish enough not to collab.
When did you feel like you wanted to learn the marketing side of the business?
After a couple of songs of mine was taken, so I really had to. I wanted to learn at that point. I wanted to learn because I didn't want that to happen again, and I
Right.
wanted to learn. For other partners that I have that's doing music independent like me, to share the knowledge with them and just learn how it goes. So when my manager is not with me or she got to do something else, I could be able to
Mm.
articulate and handle things myself.
What projects are you working on now? Are you working on any new projects?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I got I got a single coming out, Most
Mm-hmm.
Hated, produced by my boy Hanky. We got a couple songs together. Shout out my boy Hanky.
Okay.
Um, we working on a project called Los Atlanta.
Mm.
That's gonna be a mixtape, and then solo. I'm working on a project called the Summer After Summer tape.
Mm.
So yeah, I'm working on that. Yeah.
So
So we got a couple of things in the mix right now.
do we
Yeah.
expect to see any of these new projects come in soon?
Yeah, the Summer After Summer tape is coming soon. Right after I probably drop Most Hated.
Okay.
Most Hated is a crazy joint. It's for the ladies too. It's for the ladies, but the guys could they can get their bounce on to it too. So yeah, I
Shoot.
try to spread it even. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So everybody could you know get a taste of my music or what I do. Or if I don't make a song for the women and I'm making a song for the dudes, after that I'll make a song for the women. If
Mm.
I'm not making a song for the women and the dudes want a song, if I'm making a song for the women, and not making a song for the dudes, then I'll go back and do a song for the dudes. And then I'll do something collectively that everybody could vibe to, no matter what age or somebody going through trials and tribulations, just I try to touch every kind of topic I can.
Right.
But I love making like club songs because I like to turn up. So yeah,
Yes.
how everybody react in the club.
Yeah, I like that because you're universal with your music. You got music
I
for
try to be.
everybody, for the men, for the women, for the clubbers, for the young ones, for the older ones. Have you ever thought about going outside of rapping and going to another genre? Or
Yeah, I got a song. I got a song right now. Me and my boy Dre Styles. We got a song called "Drinks on Me," and it's like an
mm,
EDM type of dubstep club type song. That they could play at like the raves or the little techno, jump offs they be having. So we got, yeah, that one's crazy too. We gonna drop that soon. So yeah, be testing the
Okay.
waters with that one.
Okay.
And I
You
think that,
ever,
being like that, if that song go, that'll be the song to take us international.
okay, I like that. I
Yeah,
like
for
that.
sure.
Where do you find that it's easier to get the most fan base at? Like, what social medias do you work off of? Instagram, Spotify, Facebook? Like, where do you find is the most um, media that's easier for you when you drop something? You're like, oh, okay, I'm gonna get more hits on this one than that one.
Um, I say Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I'm on all of them, but Instagram is where I post the most at, and that goes to my Facebook automatically.
Okay.
Twitter, you know, little moderately, and then TikTok. I'm a little bit. I'm starting to try to, get a hold of that. So
Yes.
yeah, but Instagram is my favorite for sure.
Before we close, do you want to freestyle for us? Just give the people just a little something, something.
Just a little something, something. Okay, okay. What you doing, young nigga, trying to thump through it? Running laps to the money, nigga, Carl Lewis. I'ma hustle like a dog just to get to it. I'm from the 8, real niggas be my influence. I got a hustle state of mind, I just do it. Putting on for the city and the whole movement.
Yes, y'all heard it yourself. If y'all don't know who Trent Dupri is, he just let you know who he is. He done told you where you can find
And
all his music at. He done gave you his social media information. So I'm gonna need y'all to like go on there, hit his subscribe, hit his follow, so that y'all can be up to date with everything that he got coming out, because he didn't told you he got some new stuff coming out, and from our
yeah, like
promos you heard
it's
of his
coming
songs.
out was crazy.
Yes, yes, you have. Before we close, is there anything that you want to tell anybody that may be going through what you're going through, but just afraid to be an independent artist because they're afraid of failure or the challenges?
I say, you got to take risks. You definitely got to do that. Gamble on yourself. Because if you don't, wouldn't know what's gonna come out of that. You know what I'm saying? So you definitely got to do that. Promote yourself, because nobody gonna promote you harder than yourself. So
If you could go back to you being 18, what would you do differently than you did before?
go harder.
Mm.
Yeah, go harder. Uh, and learn the business side more.
And there you have it. Trent Dupri. He's told you who he is, his experience, his challenges, his goals, his projects, what's to come. If you want to continue to keep up with him, I'll have all his social media down below. So all you got to do is click on it. I'll have all the links where to go get his music at. So all you got to do is click
Yeah.
on it. It's not like you got to get up, drive anywhere. You just hit that button,
Go ahead and click that button, man, and
click
tap
that
in with
button.
me, and tap in with the website too, www.montfortstreetmusicgroup.com. You already know what it is, man.
There you go. There you go.